Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about the sign of Virgo in the 8th house. So what does that mean when we have Virgo in the 8th house for our chart, our D1 chart? And of course, as usual, I need to let you guys know about my Vedic astrology services. If you would like a Vedic astrology reading for your own personal chart, then you can go to vincent.thunderwizard.com and read more about my Vedic astrology readings. In addition to my Vedic astrology readings, because I am a certified Thunder Vedic astrologer, in addition to that, I offer my energy work programs, my Qigong programs, my yoga programs, my celestial Qigong programs, and I also offer coaching, mentoring, spiritual counseling, and support groups. So, support groups would be a great way to get in with me, to see me like once a week, for an hour and a half a week, and we talk about, all the issues that we're all going through, and, I help to support you and facilitate your healing and your growth, your spiritual growth, and, it's a very powerful, service that I offer. So, without further ado, I'm gonna grab some water and we'll talk about Virgo in the 8th house. Okay, so Virgo in the 8th house, what does that mean? Well, Virgo is basically the sign of healing, but healing and nourishing and things like that, providing food and medicine for people, for the needy. The sign of Virgo is also the services that you provide, and and Virgo can also, Virgo is represented by the woman on the edge of the boat that's holding grain and Ayurvedic medicine. So she's holding food and medicine, and she's coming at the end of her journey to give it to people. So Virgos are healers, and so the sign of Virgo represents healing. Sign of Virgo also has to do with analytical thinking, critical thinking, being very critical, being, kind of intellectual. It's all wrapped up in the intellect and things like that. So Virgo in the 8th house. So what does the 8th house represent? 8th house is traditionally ruled by the sign of Scorpio. It's birth, death, sex, transformation, sudden ups and downs in life, sudden like ill health problems, sudden illnesses, sudden gains and losses, sudden transformation, like from birth to death to, all that. Like, Scorpio is a very transformative sign, and which Scorpio rules the 8th house, so the 8th house is a very transformative house. So, so when we have this placement, we would kind of, it's about transforming the intellect. It's about transforming, transforming the mind, because Scorpio has a lot to do with psychology also, and psychological stuff, and emotions, like deep emotions, deep hidden emotions, secret emotions, things like that. And so, so Virgo being the intellect, well, the intellect and the emotions don't go well together, because people will often have a tendency to overthink when they're feeling an uncomfortable emotion. They'll want to go into the intellect and overthink it, and be wrapped up in why they're feeling this, and kind of psychoanalyzing themselves. But really, just feeling the emotion is enough. It's what we're supposed to do. So so when we have this kind of sign, or this kind of placement with Virgo in the 8th house, it could mean that we are gifted at working in a psychological capacity, working in, say, a mental hospital, or working as a psychologist, or working as a someone involved in the mental health profession. Because Virgo is all about our daily work. Virgo is about our daily work. It's about helping people, healing people, things like that. And so you could be a amazing emotional healer. You could be someone who has the capacity to really heal people on a profound level, and really, enjoy that. Really enjoy your work doing that. So yeah, it's just a very powerful sign, a very powerful placement. Yeah, you could really help a lot of people if that's the field that you chose to go into, is psychology. So, or even like you could do like counseling, or some kind of a thing like that. I mean, I counsel people all the time, but I'm not a certified like psychologist. But I am a spiritual counselor, so maybe that's something that you could look into. But yeah, anyway, guys, let me check on time real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, guys, so that about does it for this episode. So, once again, if you have not already, go ahead and check out my Vedic astrology readings. You can go to vincent.thunderwizard.com, and you can check that out, the Vedic astrology readings, and you can read about all that is included in those. Everything that's included in those will be posted on the site, so you can read about that. And also you can join my support groups. I offer support groups for people who are going through rough life circumstances, and I am there to help you, to encourage you, to counsel you, spiritual counseling, and just offer you some life coaching, some mentoring, some spiritual counseling. And when you do sign up for those support groups, you do also get my energy work programs for free. So that's another added benefit there. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and without further ado, I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So peace. Take care.